Okay, so I heard about this episode of this show, BKChat London, because this is what season 7, episode 1. So I guess the show has a new season, and it started off explosive. And the only reason I know about this is because I don't watch this show, is because this dude here, King Riches, I'm subscribed to his channel. I've been subscribed to his channel from way back in the day. I've had conversations with him a few times way back in the day. So I don't watch all his content so much nowadays, but I saw him do a stream yesterday where he basically was discussing this dude. I believe his name is Ginger J. His explosive reaction, his crash out, as you might say, that kind of went a bit viral. I think it was on the Shade Borough. Again, I don't know because I don't follow that shit, which is actually part of what I'm gonna say up front. See, I'm gonna have a lot to say in this, so you guys can see I'm starting this reaction at 43 minutes into the video. His crash out's gonna come in a couple minutes. The reason why I'm not reacting to the whole thing or whatever is because, first of all, I didn't watch the entire episode and I don't care for it. I just want to discuss this guy's reaction, but I just went and looked at like the minutes leading up to it because I never saw it, and I kind of saw a little bit of how he got to that point. So I'm gonna start from here because I don't want to do the whole thing, right? If you want to see the whole thing, go watch the episode yourself. You can see the title right here. Go find the channel, BKChat London. It's on what, Trend Central. That's the name of the channel. Go watch them. But let me just say this up front, and this might put some people off of watching the rest of my reaction. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say this. Shows like this are like, I read the comment section, and I'm gonna I'm gonna say some real shit. First of all, most of the people who watch this show on a consistent basis, like the people who probably couldn't wait for this episode to drop, right? They were just on the edge of their seat. Oh, BKChat London, new season 7. Those people, let me tell you right now, most of them are some dumb motherfuckers. They're some dumb people, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, like, I read the comment section, and the way the English language, the way that grammar was being butchered in that comment section should be an offense. It should be a criminal offense. I couldn't believe how bad it was. Okay, I couldn't believe how bad it was. Like, the average viewer of this show, their IQ has got to be, it's definitely south of 100. That's all I'm gonna say. It's definitely looking like some room temperature, you know. But I'm not gonna say too much on that. All I'm gonna say is that there's a reason I don't watch this type of shit, and I don't follow these types of pages or this type of bullshit. Okay, now I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna react. And let's be very clear. I'm going to use this topic, this video, this reaction to really get across a lot of shit that I've said sometimes in other videos I've made, and things that I've just thought for a long time in general. Me being black British myself, being raised in Southeast London, and seeing some British people, black British people, you know, talking this shit. I'm gonna go in because a lot of times I'm usually calling out goofy ass Americans for doing stupid shit overseas, right? So I'm gonna have to cook my own local people for a moment. But anyway, let's get onto it, and you guys will see what it is I've got to say.
It just response instead of reaction.
That's how women are. We like to snap and...
Not all women, but black women love to snap.
Thank you very much.
Majority of black women love to snap, innit?
White women do it too.
White
Immediately, we're gonna stop the BS. Straight away, let's call out the bullshit straight away. White women do it too. Where? Snapping their finger. Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna let him say it, and then I'm gonna add to it.
Majority of black women love to snap, and white women love to follow black women.
Okay.
Disagree with me.
It's a black thing to be animated.
Yeah, and click your finger.
Yes, it's a black thing to be animated and click your... Yes, just like it's a black thing, as he rightly is going to call you guys out for later, to do this shit with your hair. That's also a black thing, okay? Let me tell you something. This is one of the reasons why these conversations are pointless, right? And again, this guy, Ginger J, he said all facts in this conversation, right? The main issue that people have is his delivery, but that's what they claim. They claim that the issue is his delivery. No, the issue is not his delivery. His delivery was actually the only thing that they probably respect. I'm talking about... Let me tell you something. Because King Riches, I saw his stream where he was talking about it, and he basically was trying to say that, you know, you can't be blowing up like that, you can't be saying this, and he said, yeah, you know, I've kicked goals out of the studio before, I've done this, but you gotta be diplomatic. No, the fuck you don't. And let me tell you something. With these people, nah, you can't do that. And yes, when I say these people, of course, I'm talking about black women. And that includes her light-skinned ass as well. All of them. right? She mixed race, which I saw some people in the comment section saying that, oh, because she was kind of acting like she wasn't involved, he's not talking about me. They was like, this is why mixed race ain't black. Well, I've been telling you Negroes that. I've been telling you that mixed race ain't black, but you guys want to always keep caping, okay? There's nothing wrong with people being mixed. They need to stop forcing it. But that's another conversation. But yes, with black women, you can't be diplomatic because they don't respect anything other than, to be quite honest, the same behaviors that they consider toxic. That's why when you look at the types of guys that black women are always dating, it's always these guys that have some kind of toxic traits. Out of all the demographics of women, black women are the only ones who wholesale pretty much have that as their preference. Now, every race of women like a bit of a bad boy, but there's a difference between having a little bit of a fling or doing a little something here and there and then pursuing productive men for the most part as your primary option. There's a big difference. These black women are not like that. They're the complete opposite. And this isn't just the women, right? In the black community in general, with black people in general, they're backwards. Okay? They're backwards. The men too. Most of the guys are on some bullshit. Most of the black men, they ain't leading shit. They ain't doing nothing of any real productive worth or value in the long term compared to other groups of men. Black people in general are just cooked, in my opinion. Now, some of you may not want to hear that, but to me, it's a big part of the reason why shows like this are the way they are. Because the only comment in that comment section that was actually an intelligent, well thought out comment was someone who quite literally just said, these types of shows shouldn't be, like, the conversations are valuable, but it shouldn't be these types of people having the conversation because they're not intelligent enough. And that is straight facts. That is straight facts. These people are not the people that we should be listening to. Here we are. This is what black people do. We elevate the stupidest of us, the dumbest of us, to be the mouthpieces for the community. And then we sit there and we look around and wonder why shit is the way it is. Of course it's a state, because the people who are the loudest, the people who represent us on the world stage are goofy. They're dumb. Flat the fuck out. There's no other deep thing to get into, or maybe they've got some. There's nothing to analyze on no deep level. They're just fucking stupid, and that's okay. The majority of the people in any populace are not intelligent enough to be thought leaders. But guess what? In other groups, we don't. Those people are not elevated to the top. Okay, it's not to say they don't have. Listen, BKChat London can exist. These people can have their say. This entire show can exist exactly as it is. But the fact that this type of show is the main kind of place that black people would go to see these conversations, that's what the problem is. There should be a more intelligent version of this show that gets 1 million views easy. This should be the ghetto version, right? This should have been the version that people look at and they're like, oh, that's that ghetto shit over there, yeah. Oh, I don't watch that. You should have the options, right? You should be able to have the options. The problem with us as black people is we prioritize the dysfunction too fucking much. And it's seen in everything that we do, okay? So, I know you guys don't want to hear that, but I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not here to coddle your feelings or tell you some shit you want to hear. I'm called the motherfucking antagonist for a reason. I'm going to antagonize you. Fuck out of here. So, anyway, I see what he's saying, right? She's trying to do the simple thing that women always do, and especially black women, being disingenuous, intellectually dishonest, saying, so white women don't. No, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. No. What you think we're gonna backpedal? Oh, actually, no, they don't do it. Okay, and the only reason why you will see a white woman doing this finger snapping thing is because they're trying to mimic you, which in any other situation you like to call cultural appropriation, which we're gonna get onto that, how goofy that is when you're sitting up here with this on your head. You know what I'm saying? Like hers. Listen, we'll get to all that.
I never said there's nothing wrong with sassy. I never said there's nothing wrong with sassy. But here's what I do love. I love a woman to stay feminine.
So I'm not feminine.
No, not when you get angry, and not when
I'm
you get
not angry though.
Your mom has no sass, yeah?
I'm so confused. Yo, this clock it.
Your mom has no sass whatsoever?
My mom will box everything down.
So,
but I don't like it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Do you understand it now? Just because my mom does it doesn't mean that I fucking like it.
She's the only one.
Just because, are you like, listen to what you're saying? Just because my mom raised me and was sassy doesn't mean I liked it.
When your wife is upset.
Now, I want to point out something that I don't know if you guys have noticed. Look at how this dude right now is doing a 1v5 or 1v4 or something, right? Meanwhile, you got this nigga, you got King Riches, and this dude, he's gonna talk in a minute, but like all these other guys ain't got shit to say. They're quiet as a church mouse, right? You got one dude up here going back and forth, and that is one of the main issues that we've got here. Okay, dudes would rather sit back and just let 4 or 5 women gang up on one dude I'm not trying to say it like he can't handle it, because he did, which is one of the reasons why, okay, that's one of the reasons why I'm not stupid. I know that's part of the reason why these guys are staying silent, because they know, oh, if all us man jump in, it looks so. But that's the problem. That's the problem right there, okay? Because I know King Riches probably agrees with a lot of the things he's saying, because I've heard him say a lot of the same shit. But you see, the problem is that rather than jumping in, you're going to be like, oh, boy, you know, you shouldn't say it. There's a certain way you got to deliver it. There's a certain way. Fuck all of that. You niggas need to start standing on business. Okay? Because these chicks, they don't give a fuck. They all come 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20 deep. You even have the chick in the audience saying something. Even the chick in the audience is jumping in, backing it up. What's she there for? Look, I don't watch the show. Why the fuck why they got a live audience? And from what I could tell, it looked like in the live audience, there was a lot of black women over there. So it's already biased as fuck. But anyway, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's continue.
Just because my mom
But
raised
why is
me
it when
and
it's a
was sassy,
Latina
doesn't mean
woman
I
is
liked it.
sexy?
When your wife is upset.
So I don't know if you guys caught what she just said, because it's kind of, you know, drowned out. But she said when a Latina woman does the sass, it's sexy. Now, this is one of those things that I can easily see why black women get it messed up. I do get it, but you guys need to understand the difference. I've had to explain this to black women before, and I'm going to explain it now. There's one key difference between what you do versus what someone like women like Latinas or Latin women or whatever, what they tend to do. And that is emasculation, right? I'm not saying that the other women can't emasculate men, because they do. White girls can do it, Asian girls can do it. All other women are capable of doing it. It's not their default setting for the general demographic to act like that towards the men. It's sure as fucking hell waiting for Asian women, okay? Let me tell you something right now. When they get upset with you, because I've dated Asian girls, and I'm talking about East Asians right now. I'm talking about, like, you know, Korean, Chinese. Like, there's girls like that where they might get upset or give you a bit of attitude or some sass or some back chat. That's not the problem. The problem is that when they do that, it's literally just them countering a specific thing you're saying or doing, and that's it. With you black women, it will go to the point of where you want to try and use it to demean the man as a man. You want to try and use it in some way as a commentary on whether the man is a man or, you know, oh, that's why you like this, or you weak as fuck, you can't handle this, you're a bitch. That's the problem. And let me tell you something. Any race of woman who does that, men ain't going to be fucking with it. Okay? Men don't want to do that. And one thing with black women in particular is you guys really don't give a fuck about people's feelings once you get into your feelings. You don't care. You just have no regard and no boundaries with what you say. And there's no blow too low for you. No blow is too low for you. You will say anything and dig at people in any type of way, and you wonder why people say the number one issue with you is your attitude. This has been said for my entire life. Right? I'm in my 20s, like my late 20s now. This has been said my entire life, bro. Because it's real. You guys want to sit there and be like, oh, you know, they're just picking on us. It's only when black women do it. No, it's only the way black women do it, because you go to another level with being emasculating with it. That's the problem. It's one thing to disagree, yeah? To give a little bit of sass, right? But, you know, there's a time and a place for that, first of all. Right? Because another thing is a lot of you black women, you don't know how to hold your mouth in certain contexts, right? There's certain environments that if a guy has taken you, you need to learn how to chill out, okay? Even if you feel some type of way. If he takes you out somewhere in public, you need to know how to not cut up. But a lot of you can't do that. It's not just about these behaviors in and of themselves, or that no one else can do them. It's also about probability. It's about the rate, the ratio, okay? The issue with black women is that all of you have got fucking attitude. All of you want to crash out. All of you want to cut up. And yes, I will generalize. I'm not going to say, no, I ain't saying all. I'm saying all. I'm saying it, because it is all of you. It's been that way since I was a little kid, bro. And I travel. And even when I travel, the black women in any country I go to are the ones with the most attitude compared to everybody else. Period. Don't matter where I go. Again, this don't mean that Spanish women ain't got attitude, Portuguese women ain't got attitude, Chinese women ain't got attitude, fucking Korean women, Colombians, Brazilian. They all can have attitude, bro. There's a big difference, and let me even speak on that. Even between that, I would say the average Latin American woman, right, the average Hispanic woman, I would say that she has got way more attitude than an Asian woman does. You know what I'm saying? So I'll generalize them too. It ain't just you black women. I'll generalize all you. I don't give a fuck. If it's the truth, it's the truth. The same way how I'll say black men, on average, tend to be a lot less productive than other groups of men. And I'm a black man. I'm a dark-skinned black man saying that. That don't make me feel good about myself. No better than it makes me feel good about telling you black women about yourself. I'm not gonna soften the facts because it makes you feel better. Anyway, let's continue this reaction.
Or when she's like angry, does she ever
can have
speak,
all the attitude
does she ever speak like, I don't know, she's Indian, so I'm assuming she might speak Gujarati. Does she speak Gujarati when she's mad at you?
She can do whatever she wants when she's mad at me. She's mad at
So
me.
it's okay when she can do it, but not when black
And
women
did
can
I
do
say it wasn't okay?
I feel like his wife kind of, for some reason or for whatever he's experienced, his wife has the upper hand now. So whatever his wife wants to do, whether she wants to shout at him in Gujarati, give him attitude.
We have a problem already. We have a big problem. And I'm sorry, I got to call this out. Because no one else will say the shit I'm going to say. But everything I'm saying in this reaction is real. This is a problem. Okay? This is a problem. This is a big fucking problem. Okay? I know some of you are going to be like, what's the problem? The problem is that black people are feeling themselves too much when they haven't fucking earned it. That's the problem. And especially black women. What the fuck do you mean, Majesty the Highness? Majesty the Highness. Like, bro, you must have been high when you came up with that shit, because that shit, like, what are you talking about? How, listen, I'm gonna say it, I don't give a fuck. How are you, the high of what? What about you is majestic? What about you is majestic? You don't even have your own phenotypical hair on your head, but you think that we should all look at you like you're kind of some kind of majesty and some highness. High in what? High in dysfunction? High in delusion? Huh? What is there about you that we should... Because let's be very clear. Because I understand language, okay? Majesty. Highness, right? Obviously, this is meant to be like your highness, right? Your majesty, right? So she tried to spin it in some type of way. Okay, whatever, right? It doesn't even flow that well, but whatever. So you tried to call yourself Majesty the Highness. Okay, cool, right? So here's my question. Because majesty... And when it's associated with your highness or your majesty, that's royalty, right? Which is obviously what she's trying to project when she does this. What kind of royalty are you if you don't even appreciate the way you were born? Why should I look at you like you're something special or something to be worshipped or revered or ruled by? Because majesty comes with rulership, okay? Highness... That would imply you are higher than others. Because in order for someone to be high, well, others must be low. So you obviously have a high opinion of yourself. You obviously think highly of yourself. And you seem to want the rest of us to feel that way too, which is why you made this your name. But the thing is, how high do you really think when you go outside with your hair looking like that? Huh? How high do you really think of yourself? How high do you really think of yourself? And this is the reason why. And I'm sorry, because no one else who's non-black is going to tell you, but I'll tell you. White women, Asian women, all these types of women, they have to live in a weird sort of environment because, trust and believe, they see this shit and they think it's goofy, but they know they can't say anything to you about it. And let me tell you something, black women, you better pray it stays that way, because for all these decades that you guys have been running around out here acting a fool, other groups of women, they have a lot of ammunition and they've never used it. They've got all kinds of artillery ready for your ass. And for as much as you go at non-black women, including this conversation, I assume you're Indian when she speaks Punjabi, right? Or what about Hispanic? And the entire conversation of interracial is ridiculous anyway. But the fact that you guys keep on trying to go at other groups of women or talk slit or sneak this or slight them in some type of whatever, you best hope they don't start firing back. Because I've seen it here and there, but they've never collectively done it to you. Right? You better hope they don't. You better hope they don't, because I'm telling you, that's the day your feelings are going to truly get trampled on. And when women go at women, oh, you know they don't give a fuck. You know they won't care. And they'll really dig at you. They'll dig at your soul in a way that most men could never dig at you. And it'll hurt way more because you look at them like they're the true highness. Yeah. Yeah, let's speak on that. The reality is, you look at that white woman like she's the highness. You look at her like she's the real majesty, which is why you're emulating her fucking appearance. Okay? The reality is, you're mad at black men who get with white women because you look at them or any other group of women like they're something more than you. That's the truth. And that's why you keep projecting that shit onto us, thinking we must think like that because that's what you think. The same way how you think the white man's above us. The same way how you think other non-black men are above us. You're the ones who have got the insecurity and the self-hate issue, and you've convinced the entire community that it's everyone else except you. You're the fucking problem. Period.
cuss him, call him whatever she wants to call him, in whatever she speaks, Punjabi or Gujarati. He's cool with it. He's fine because I feel like he's accepted her and he's accepted his fate. But when it comes to any other woman, especially a black woman, like his mum, he don't like it. He's mad. Like, it's just not allowed.
But you said attitude earlier.
Let me finish.
Ladies, you know you're proving his point.
So here's what we're not
I
going
don't give a shit.
No, but I'm saying, no, but you're proving his point. Like,
I don't give a heck.
wait. Let me say something.
That's not my man.
No,
My
let me
man's over
talk.
there.
Ladies,
And he likes
please.
my attitude.
Come on, please.
Watch this. No, wait, watch this.
Right, now I need you to see this, because that was pathetic. That was a pathetic display. Ladies, please! Ladies, please! You sound like... You know what? Let me not. That is not respectable. That is not how a grown man speaks. That is not respectable. No one is going to respect... Listen, look at this. King Riches, all that. You can say whatever you want to say about this ginger nigga's delivery. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about the ginger nigga's delivery. But here's the reality of it, okay? Here's the reality of it. When he's talking, when the ginger nigga's talking, he is at least being heard. Where this dude decides to chime in, because he's been quiet this whole time. Look at him. Look at him. When these other Negroes, they're all quiet. They're all quiet. Quiet as a church mouse, right? Looking like, oh, shit, like they're on thin ice. But you see, when my man speaks up, everybody heard what he's got to say. Everyone is hearing it, right? But when you try and pipe up now, they ain't even trying to hear that.
Let me finish.
Ladies, you know you're proving his point.
So here's what we're
I
not
don't
going
give
to...
a shit.
No, but I'm saying, no, but you're proving his point. Like,
I don't give a heck.
wait. Let me say something.
That's not my man.
No,
My
let me
man's over
talk.
there.
Ladies, please.
And he likes my attitude.
Come on, please.
Watch this. No, wait, watch this. You just triggered me a little bit because you did something that...
Right. You see that? He tried talking. I want you to... I'm sorry, we got... Pay attention.
No, let me talk.
The entire time he's talking.
Come on, please.
Watch this.
The entire time, because King Richie's talking about diplomacy. Well, this guy was trying to be extremely diplomatic. He even called them ladies. Ladies, please. He's begging. He's begging them. He's damn near on his knees. He's about to cry. Okay? But guess what? The entire time this guy was talking, other people were talking over him. Right? Now, I know they talk over each other a lot, but I want you to pay attention. So I'm going to do it one more time.
That's
not my man.
No point. Like.
I don't give a heck.
Wait. Let me say something.
That's not my man.
No,
My
let me
man's over
talk.
there.
Ladies, please.
And he likes my attitude.
Come on, please.
Watch this.
They're talking the entire time. The entire time he's talking, there's someone else talking in the background. The entire time. And the woman that he's talking to, she ain't even trying to hear it. But as soon as Ginge comes in and he says, watch this, look at it.
No, wait, watch this. You just triggered me a little bit because you did...
The entire room goes quiet. This is why, King Riches, you're wrong. You're talking about diplomacy, but they don't respect that shit. When this guy comes through and he's like, listen, watch this, the room quiets down because they're like, what's he going to say now? They hear what that other nigga had to say because he's weak. He's weak. They're like, fuck that nigga got to say. He ain't who because they don't look at him as authority. The truth of the matter is, yeah, this is the type of guy that they like. That's the truth. Even if they don't like what he's saying right now, his energy, the way how he moves, how he's talking, that's the type of guy they like. That's what they're on. They're on a man who's gonna tell them, listen, don't try. And I know this. Any of you should know this from experience. Yeah, bro. Like I said, I grew up in Southeast London. From the days when I was a kid, any of you who moved with this type of energy, any of you who told, oh, shut up, man. Yeah, we used to go when we was in school, be outside. We have girls coming into class, coming to science class. Oh, you gave me a dead arm. Acting like they're upset because one of the guys was, play fighting with her or whatever. But then these girls would go back to the same boys every day and play fight with them and come back with the same dead arm and be whining about it at the same time of day. Why? Because that's what these women like. They like hyper-aggressive, hyper-masculine men. That's why they like the thugs. They like the criminals. They like what a lot of us are calling pookies. This is why, bro. And anything less than that, they can't respect it. Even if you've got confidence, even if you're good looking, even if you're tall, the ability for them to respect you is limited by your level of aggression. If you are not more aggressive, if you're not willing to crash out the way he is, most black women can't respect you, bro. They're not going to simmer down. They're not going to listen. And if they do listen, their eyes are going to glaze over. They're not going to really be that engaged. They might give you a little, like let's say you're extremely diplomatic and have the same conversation. They'll get heated with you first. They'll still get passionate. They'll still get heated. And the fact that you're not willing to match that energy or you're not willing to talk down to them, they're gonna be kind of like they're not gonna respect that the same way, man. And and I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit's too chaotic. It's dysfunctional because you can't have two people who are constantly going to be aggressive and hyper aggressive and constantly crashing out on each other. But that's what the average black woman, that's the dynamic, that's the only dynamic she can respect. It's not about what she will accept. Hear me clearly. It's not about what she will accept. It's about what she will respect. The average black woman cannot respect a man who doesn't bring that fire in his, like, listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hey, don't chat back. You have to come like that. And you have to be, and she has to know you're like that from day one. You can't be like my man for the first 6 months. And in month 7, you want to become Ginger. No, that doesn't work. You gotta be this from day dot. You gotta be this from the beginning. And on top of that, she's got to really believe you're thorough. She got to really believe you this. Because black women, they know how to decipher whether you're this nigga or this nigga. They know whether you're listen, look at this type of nigga, or if you're a ladies, please. They know which one you are. They will figure it out. If they feel like you're coming like this, they'll figure that shit out. And very rarely will you start off like this and turn into this. And they'll accept it. Very rarely. Most of the time, you're either this type of dude or you're not. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is, you saw it in real time. I just showed you. The room simmered down when he started talking, because they want to hear what he's got to say, because his delivery is attractive to them. It is important to them. And when I say attractive, I'm not saying that all the women on there, oh my God, he's my type of man. I don't mean like that. But you got to understand what they respond to and what they respect. Talking over my man when he's actually trying to be diplomatic is not respect. And this is the irony of it, right? The reality is that, like he said, you're proving his point, right? You're proving his point. He was probably trying to help the women out in a sense by saying that, okay? But they don't give a fuck. They don't care that he's clearly got their best interest at heart. They don't care. And this is what King Riches has to understand. He talking in his stream about diplomacy, which is what this guy's doing. But they don't give a fuck about that. They just want the crash out. They want the energy. They want the aggression. That's what they want. And that's why they're responding and giving more respect and more airtime to him. That's the truth. This guy, if this guy's energy was the energy of this show, people wouldn't watch it. People wouldn't watch it. That's the truth. They wouldn't watch it. Some people might watch it, but they wouldn't talk about it. In fact, when I said earlier that these kinds of people should have the conversation, and that what we need is a more intelligent level of discussion, right? Someone in the comment section, when they wrote the comment saying that these topics should be discussed by more intelligent people, one of the people in the replies was like, that would be boring though. That would be boring though. That's what someone in the reply said. Someone in the reply said that would be boring. Low IQ, man. Anyway, let's carry on, because we haven't even got into the main clip yet.
No, wait, watch this. You just triggered me a little bit, because you did something that all the other black women used to do. You asked me a question, you didn't let me answer it, and then you said you don't give a shit.
I don't though. That's the truth.
I know you don't. So what's the point of the conversation?
Because to me, your point is invalid.
And then what's the
so
point?
I don't care.
So
for
why
the
would I keep
answer.
dating
That's
you?
why.
So why would I keep dating you?
No, but me is
So why would I keep dating
I know
you?
all the black women out there.
What does
you're
it sound like?
categorizing
What does it sound
all
like?
of the black women over the couple
What
of
does it
black
sound
women
like?
that you dated.
Darrell was right.
You
What
just
does it sound
proved the
like?
point.
You proved Darrell's point.
Hello, can we hear from Darrell?
What does it sound like?
To me, it does sound like a little bit of a race thing. And but don't kill me.
It is a race thing. I don't date black women. I stopped dating you for a reason. Stop trying to say that what I
They
didn't
want
say.
to know the reason.
I told you the reason.
He really said the reason.
I told you the reason.
He said the reason already.
That girl's got too
Listen,
much
here's
attitude.
what we're not doing. We're not going around it.
Let her finish. So can you let me finish?
Let me upset you. Let me. Pardon?
You said that she didn't let you finish, but could you let me finish?
No, I ain't got time for it no more. Dead that. Dead that. Dead that. Dead
Hold
that.
on. How many? Let's see this. It's now I can see the audience. So what did I say? So a whole bunch of black women up here. I think that's a woman there too. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 black men, right? And these niggas, look at this guy. He's got his hand on there, feeling cute. I'm saying this nigga's face palming. This guy making a face like, oh no, he didn't. And you got this Negro up here looking up to her like he's about to worship her back. Like, bro, niggas ain't niggas, especially in the UK. You Negroes are not built for these conversations. You're not built for it. Okay, you're not built for it. You're not qualified. You're not qualified. Like, cause you guys, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. You wanna back down. You wanna, oh my God, you said that.
Dead that. Dead that.
Bad breed.
Dead that.
Bad breed.
Dead that. Dead that. You had your chance. And watch this. Hey, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. You see, if we was having a conversation, if we was having a conversation, because you was talking perfectly fine, no attitude, and you were delegating yourself perfectly fine, and then black attitude happened.
That's me.
So watch this, and then watch this, and then watch this.
Now, let me tell you something, right, about Ginger J. And this is something that King Richards don't understand. And a lot of guys don't understand. What he did just there, that was actually very smart. That was a smart thing. Now, obviously, that's not part of the viral clip. But that was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to start from where I started. Because that was a very smart thing he did. And actually, that shows a good amount of emotional control. Now, I know he's going to blow up, whatever. But that actually shows a lot of sense. Because when someone is so emotional and so caught up in their feelings, they usually can't rationalize and process a situation clearly enough to be able to call out things in real time like that. But he just did. Which means that even though he's talking all heated and passionate, he's still, at this point, he's still clear in what he's saying. He's still right, like, because what he said is actually extremely, like, what he did was, he said, look, you're talking to me without no attitude, you're talking to me respectfully, but black attitude came. See, he called it out in real time, and he used another woman who was present to point out the point. And they're both black. They're both black women, but he actively proved, look, where you as a black woman talk to me like this, I'm acknowledging the fact that you didn't give me attitude and you spoke well. But the problem is, this chick over here came in with the attitude, and that's why we got an issue. You see? He called that out in real time. That is, listen, this dude's on point. He's on point, bro. This Ginger J guy, he's on point. And I'm going to be honest, from the UK perspective, I'm sorry, he's one of the only dudes that seems to actually know how to actually handle this shit. Guys want to sit up there and be like, oh, that's not how you... No, that is how you handle it. That's why his shit is viral.
Attitude happened.
That's me.
So watch this, and then watch this, and then watch this.
Black attitude. Black
Watch this. So then that's so that means
And look at that. They're reveling in it. Perfect still. Look at it. Look at him. What did she do? She hopped up and forced the dab to say, black attitude. They love it. What did I tell you? Look at this. And then you got the mixed race chick over here, and she looking like, what the fuck are these black bitches? Oh, fuck, this ain't my fucking... That's why she said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's looking at it like, these black bitches crazy. She ain't gonna say it though, but she think these black bitches crazy as fuck. They definitely proving that nigga's point, right? Now, this black woman over here, you know, she seemed like, she comes across, and a lot of these black women have the same look. I actually know a few black women that look exactly just like her and have the same build, same head, same and everything. And they tend to be the ones that are a bit more reasonable and diplomatic, right? Now, these two, and this one in the middle to a lesser extent as well. And I find it funny how actually the more reasonable, the chicks who probably are a little bit more reasonable, even though this one is still with the sisterhood, but I feel as though she's still with them. And this is what's sad about the black community. Because this time, I don't even know her, but just from the brief little thing I've seen of her and the energy I've gotten, I think there's some black women like her who probably would be more reasonable if the community's default wasn't this. If the default setting wasn't this, chicks like her wouldn't be pulled in this direction. Right? Now, where this chick kind of can get away with it because she's mixed race is that she's got another side to kind of lean into. That's just the truth. These lot don't have that. She don't have that. So, you know, when she looks at the women who are most relevant to herself, this is what she sees. For her, it's different. So this is why we have a lot of the issues we have. But what I said earlier is right and exact. These women, they will only respect the attitude, which is why, look at this. How can you come in, ladies, please, with this? Does that make sense? Fuck no, it doesn't.
Oh, white women don't snap. Indian women don't snap. They're not angry. It's only us black women. They play.
Conversation done, and
Yes. In terms of the way how you snap, yeah. Indian women snap, sure. Who else did she say? White women, sure. These other women might snap. But let me tell you something. Indian women, white women, they can have attitude 110%. And I will tell you right now, in my personal view, a lot of them with their attitude, they're not the type of women I'd want to deal with either. Sass is okay, but sass and constant attitude are two different things, right? A woman whose default is to give you attitude, she doesn't turn that shit off. She's just always giving a snap comment. She's always looking for a reason to say something a bit sideways. And that's not the same as sass. Sass is something that comes out like, sass is like banter, right? It's just banter that's maybe got a little bit more annoyance injected into it. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like, it's more of a reflexive way of you kind of saying something a little sly, yeah? But you don't stay on that energy. And you leave it right there. You don't say the sassy comment and then start digging into the man like, say, this is why you ain't shit. You ain't a man anyway. This is why your woman cheated on you. This is why you're... They go extra far with it. Alright? I've experienced this before. I've experienced it with black women, even black women who are meant to be close to me, where I've heard these super personal comments that were completely unnecessary and had nothing to do with whatever we was talking about. But once a black woman gets in her feelings, all bets are off, right? The difference is that when other women give the attitude normally has a limit, okay? Now, again, it's not to say that there aren't other women who will go far too. Some women kill the guys they're with. Yes, we've all seen this. But it's about the rate. It's about the likelihood of this happening. And at the end of the day, the main difference between those other groups of women and you, black women, is that you can't even respect a man if he isn't willing to match that energy with you or override it. You see, this guy right here, Ginger J, right? When he said, look at this, listen. I've seen mandem do this my entire life. That's the only way you're able, because once black women start going, if you come with any softness like what he did, you're going to get overrun. You have to be willing to constantly go against that wave, that attitude, that tsunami of attitude. You've got to be willing to constantly face it, constantly push back, right? It's the only way to break through. Anyway, let's carry on, because we still ain't got to the point where he blows up, but we're right about to.
Address it.
To her defense, because it's not a race thing, it's a woman thing.
Here's why I don't date black women. Nah, I did that. You want to... No. Here's why I...
And no, it's not a fucking woman thing, as I pointed out. It is mainly you as black women.
Don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to fucking listen.
I'm listening.
I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Like, what did he say? Listen. What did I say? That's how you gotta deal with them. You see how they all quiet? You see how they all quiet? Do you see how they all quiet?
Don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
You hear that? Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot. Look at them. They're quiet as fuck. They're quiet. King Richards wanna say you can't talk. Well, they quiet. I can't tell. They quiet as hell. They quiet as hell. You're saying that you can't talk that, but they quiet as hell. They're quiet as hell. Right? Yes, this one is, she got the most attitude. Yeah, she got the most defiance in her. So she gonna try, snap back. But the reality is, even her, she ain't coming with the same energy she came with the guy that was being soft. Where she's like, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. Where's that now? Listen to me when I'm talking to you. Where's that? Who are you talking to? Don't talk to me like that. Where's that? Because you know black women are good for that. Where is it? Why did they let this ginger nigga just talk to them like that? Huh? Because that's what they respond to. And they know that's really who he is. Because there's certain niggas, like if my man, the other guy, if he tried to pull that off, it ain't going to work. They're going to tell him to shut the fuck up. Because they're going to be like, you ain't like that. But my man, because he's been in prison and they know he a pookie, they know he really a crasher, they know he really that type of guy. That's why they'll listen. And that's what I told you. Ex-cons, right? That's what their type is, man.
Because you lot don't like to fucking listen. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
Your place.
Which
and when
place?
you get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were cheating on you.
Stay in your fucking place.
That's why they cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know. And that's why I'm never going to be in your pom-pom ever again. I'm not with black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
listen. Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh, wait, you just wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot? Go, where's your hair?
Where's your my hair.
Where's your hair?
Once you talk about black women's hair, you're on your own, my guy. You're on your own. I was with you. Like, he's allowed to have a preference. You know, he's trying to talk about how she's held him down and picking up his Asian queen. But the moment you went for the hair, my guy, you was on your own. You're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that right there's the problem. The moment you went for the hair, you're on your own. Weak. You're a weak ass simp. You're a weak ass simp ass nigga. That's what you are. You soft as baby shit. You don't need to be out there. We don't need you in these conversations. Okay? Because you can't hack it. We need 5 niggas that's on Ginger J's type of time. That's what we need. At least one more, because 5 is a bit too much. But we need at least one other dude who's on his type of time. At least one. Two is enough. 2 is enough. Right? Because that right there, once you talk about the way, they don't respect the fact that you are trying to respect them. That's what you don't seem to understand. They don't respect the fact you're trying to respect them. They want to hear the nigga. They want to hear the nigga crush out. They want someone to tell them about themselves. But it has to be the right kind of guy in their mind. And don't get twisted. Don't think because this chick is fighting back. Don't think because she's fighting. Listen, what you gotta understand is this is what they like. This is what they revel in. They want the back and forth attitude. They want the. Do you understand? That's what they like. She's loving it. She's loving the drama and the she wants an excuse to get her energy and her attitude. She wants all of that. She loves it. She don't want to have a dialogue with my man talking about, I was with you. She don't want to have that dialogue with a man like you. Because if you, she ain't going to feel justified in crashing out. And that's boring. That's why they be saying that. Oh, he was boring. Or I just feel like he's dry. Or, and then they be jumping on TikTok. Why do I like toxic guys? You know, I don't know what it is. This is why. And again, I know that's not exclusive to black women. But in terms of the rate, it's wide. You are going to be hard pressed to find a black woman who doesn't prefer that. That's the problem. Okay? And white women are following in their footsteps, which is why they're also slowly but surely getting cooked too. So, anyway.
But the moment you went for the hair, my guy, you was on your own. You're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. You're gonna have to deal with this by yourself, my brother.
Take off your head,
triggered.
Where's your hair?
You're triggered.
Where's your hair?
Where
I'm
was I
triggered.
supposed to hurt?
I said I was
You're
triggered.
triggered.
Did I not say I was triggered? Where's your hair?
No.
Where's your hair?
Looking ass nigga
Where's
about
your
where's your hair?
Show me your hair.
No, he's
Show me your hair.
pressed. He's
Show me your hair.
pressed.
Right, so you see, she's got nothing to say. He's saying, where's your hair? She can't address it. Where's your hair? Where's your hair? She can't address it. She can't address it. All she's got to say is, you're triggered. You're pressed. You're triggered. You're pressed. She doesn't have any actual response to what he's saying. She can't answer his question. Where is your hair? It's a legitimate question. Where is it? She can't answer that. She can't deal with that. She can't deal with that. And I'm going to be honest with all you black men out there, right? And the reason why my man said, oh, once you go for the hair, that's it, I can't help you. The reason why is because, to be honest, and this is why dudes like this are a fucking problem. Because that is where their checkmate is at. All this other talking, a lot of their talking points, right? When they're talking about white women and you just want them because they got straight hair, you just want them because you want the white aesthetic, as soon as if you was to flip that back on and be like, listen, don't talk to me about wanting whiteness because you want to walk outside looking like a Becky your damn self, that's why you got that shit on your hair. If you say that shit to them, it's over with. What have they got to say to that? What have they got to say to that? What can they say? Well, we see what they've got to say. You're triggered. You're pressed. Who hurt you? That's what I'm surprised she didn't come out with that one. That good old classic. That's been ran into the ground. And you see, this is why I say he handled it perfectly. Everyone's saying he's crashing out, but you guys are missing something. This guy is in his right state of mind. Because every single thing she's throwing at him, he's actually acknowledging it and countering it. She said, you're triggered. He said, I know, I already said I was triggered, which he did. I showed you, he did say that earlier. He did say earlier, I'm triggered. You just did something that triggered me. He actually went out of his own way. When it was a slightly more calm energy, he was actually the one that said, all right, you've done something that's triggered me. He actually was self-aware enough and honest enough and real enough to acknowledge, hey, listen, you've actually triggered me now. He said it. He actually said, and he said that exact word too. Most men wouldn't do that. Most guys would not actually acknowledge the fact that they feel that way and call it out in real time. This guy, he's on point. He's very on point because the thing that he does that's so strong is that he's able to call out the behavior in real time. Most of these other dudes, and this includes King Richards, would get too lost in their feelings a lot of the time to do that accurately. You know what I'm saying? Either they won't say some shit, like my man, or if they do say something, right, they're going to say it soft, or they're going to get way too emotional and not pull out the bullshit in real time. He's actually on point. He's actually on point for that. He's on point for that, right? He's like, no, I'm going to call it out in real time. I'm going to call it out in real time. And he did. Like, let's run it back so you guys can see what I mean.
Hair.
Show me your hair.
No, he's
Show me your hair.
Let's
Where's your hair?
looking ass nigga
Where's
about
your
where's
hair?
your hair.
Show me your hair.
No, he's
Show me your hair.
He's
Show me your hair.
He
Take off
hates
your
black
eyelash.
people. You're
Look, he backed off the cap. He backed off the cap to say, here's my hair. He ain't got the crispiest hairline. He don't care. He said, look, here's me, real authentic as I am. Now you do the same. Match my energy. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Take off your eyelash.
You're praying.
Take off your makeup.
You're praying because you got
watch this.
cheated on 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where, watch
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Joking.
And I'll bring my natural hair Indian woman in here now.
And then what?
she looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on your blood.
But the
Don't
private
shut up, man.
silence.
Now listen. Now this right here, this is a perfect still. Look at this. These two dudes is looking at him like, raw, my nigga, you need to relax. Yeah? He's up there, come on, man, bro. And then look at my man's face. He's like, what the fuck? Right? And this is what I'm trying to say. Men, you got, no one's got your back. No one's got your back. Everything he's saying is right and exact. But because of how he's saying it and he's looking like a crash out or whatever, the other men want to fall back and they want to distance themselves from him. They don't want to be seen in the same light as him. Even King Richards, when he did his response, he was saying this, oh, you know, when you affect your work opportunities, you affect this, your ability to do this, your ability to... And my question to King Richards is this. If you can't match their energy, because he said it himself, he said, oh, you know, it's not the same for us as men. It's not the same. You're right, it's not. But then, like Ginger J said, when the girl said she don't give a fuck, why then would you have the conversation? What's the point? What's the point in even having a show and doing this type of stuff if you're going to say that? And the reality is that dudes like this is what makes people tune in. That's the truth of it, right? He can go do his own podcast, do his own thing, go do something, and him being on here, crashing out like this, it's going to bring people to go watch him. I sure as fuck would. He's the only nigga up here standing on business. I'd support him just on the strength of that. Just on the strength of the fact he's the only one standing on business, I would support him. And trust me, there's a lot of dudes who would do the same. We know this because in the manosphere, in the Red Pill spaces, those guys are the ones who have blown up. They're the ones who have actually brought the conversation mainstream. That's the reason why now all these people jumping up. You even got women running around out here who are getting a bag off of recycling the talking points from niggas that came onto the internet with this type of energy. So what are you talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay? Like, at the end of the day, this, and like I said, with black women specifically, this is the energy that works for them. This other type of shit, all these other things is on, that don't work for them. They don't want that long term. They don't respect it. Or I don't want to, like, they don't respect it the way that they will respect that. And don't get twisted and think because they're talking shit to him in the comment section or whatever. At the end of the day, yeah, they like a black man who's gonna tell, like, they don't respect. And there's a difference, because here's another thing a lot of you men don't understand, yeah? You don't understand there's a difference between love, like, and respect. They may not even like you, and they sure as hell may not even love you. But the thing is they will definitely respect you for being someone who stands on business, even if they never admit it. Even if they never say it. And I showed you using their non-verbal actions. Because out their mouth, they may not say it. But I showed you using their actions what they respond to. And that behavior is more indicative of their respect than anything they could say. Because a woman will tell you she loves you all the time. She'll tell you that she loves you and respects you. And then she'll go cheat on your ass. So which one is more respect? A woman who's gonna say to you in your face, oh, I love you so much, and then go cheat on you or lie to you, take money or do some other kind of fuckeries. Or a woman who's always cussing, chatting shit, man, yeah, you know, you ain't even a real man, you ain't, but she stay her ass there. She makes sure that you need what you need when it's there. Which one really respects you more? Now, ideally, right, the woman shouldn't be cutting up in at all on that type of level. But what I'm trying to point out the nuance of respect here, right? It's not as simple as you guys might think on the surface of things.
The crowd was silent.
Fake hair, fake
The crowd was silent.
You, my fair lady, haven't even had your legs open wide enough yet to even think you can speak to a man like me. So, a bit of advice. Go put your legs on some shoulders. Go swing from some chandeliers. Go get some life experience. And then come back and see me.
No, blood, no.
Even that is wild. Your legs ain't been open long enough. Like, even that sounds mad. Yeah, and I won't lie, that was a little mad right there. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. These women say far worse, so it is what it is.
I don't date black women because of this.
Didn't he?
You didn't understand me. You didn't want to accept the fact that I said it. I'm triggered.
Cap in
I'm
the
gone.
rap.
I told you, don't get me on a fucking
Didn't
show.
he?
I don't date black women. Not watch
Didn't
this.
he?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of you have got your hair on? None of you. Shut up. I date natural women.
You pissed off the gingerbread man. Calm down. You're 4 foot. You're not scaring anybody. Sit the fuck down.
I don't know why this guy's crashing out so much.
I date natural women. I date natural women. Shut up.
Didn't he?
Shut up. I'm not talking.
Got a big
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much like, we ain't going to run no more with this because that's pretty much where the conversation revolved around. You've seen it all now. But you see, all that right there, just in that last little bit, all of that, right? Who pissed off the gingerbread man? You're 5 foot. No one's afraid of you. Sit down. You see all that talking, all of that, right? All of that. You're saying, talking all that, you're trying to dig at man and all this and whatever, right? But the reality is, you can't answer his fucking question. Where is your hair? It's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating. They can't answer that question. It is fascinating that they can't answer that question. And every time they do attempt to answer the question, it's with some stupid ass fucking answers. Oh, you know, black hair is expensive to maintain. Oh, you know, it's a protective hairstyle. Stupid ass bullshit shit that's been debunked 1,000 times 6 ways from Sunday. It's goofy. We're in an era right now where it is trendy for black men to grow their hair out. I want you to explain to me why you've got 2 black guys, right? Shit. Technically, you could say 3 with this guy's got something going on as well. But why you got 2 niggas right here that have got their hair grown out, natural, but apparently black women can't do it because it's too expensive. Why is that? You're telling me that the weave ain't expensive, that the wigs you get and all that? You're telling me that shit ain't expensive? Because we know it is. We know it is. I've listened to black women talk about how much money they got to spend on their hair. And they talk about that as well. This is what's hilarious. Like, when they be talking about a man providing and paying for them, they love to talk about, you know, my hair, my nails, that all costs money. You think that ain't cheap? If you're going to get with me, you need to be able to hold it. That. So, you're an expense anyway. So, if you're going to be an expense regardless, you might as well be a natural one. Huh? And it's not even just about, like, that's a crazy excuse to use. Oh, it's too expensive. So, it's more expensive for you to look how you were born. How does that work? But this is the group of people we're supposed to take seriously. Listen, I'm going to say it and I'm going to close it here. Personally, the simple fact that black women, if you don't have your natural hair, that's an automatic disqualification to me. And he said it, right? He might look like a mad gingerbread man when he said it, but he's right and exact. He said it. He said, I date natural women. I only date natural women. And I'm right there with you. 100%. If you could not even wear your own rascal hair, we have got nothing else to talk about. Period. If you can't do that, we got nothing to talk about. We got nothing to talk about. So, yeah, I've said a whole lot. I will say this, though, to close it out, because I was going to say this earlier, but I'm going to say it now. I'm tired of everyone trying to get onto black guys about who they date. Yeah? This conversation is tired now. We've had this conversation for too long. Black men, you're always dating white women. Why are you pressed? Because you're talking about him being pressed, but you're pressed about the fact that black men will pick another race of women. Why are you pressed? I'm tired of this conversation being pinned onto black men constantly. Oh, who is black men dating? You want to get with this Asian woman. You want to get with a white woman. I want you guys to do this, and this is how I'll close it out, and I'm going to leave you with this little homework. Here's your assignment. Go and find a show that white people have made, like this, where you have a whole group of white women, right? A group of 5 white chicks like this, or just really any white chicks, but a group of white chicks basically questioning and interrogating and going in on white men for dating interracially. That's your assignment. Go and find the panel of Becky's going in on Brad saying, why are you getting with Mei Ling? Why are you getting with these Asian girls? Why are you getting with... Go and find the panel of white women doing this. Go and find it. Go and even find TikToks. You will not find no white woman sitting in her car talking about the thing about these white men that want to date these Asian women, right? They just hate themselves. They don't love their mum. Go and find it. Yet and still, when I'm out here in the streets of London, and I've been to Asia multiple times, right? But in the streets of London, when I'm out here, I see a whole heap of white men paired up with Asian women. I even see them with black women and South Asian women. And guess what? I don't see any white women saying shit about it. I don't see white women with any smoke saying anything about it. But every time you look up, you got a black woman critiquing a black man about who they're with. Regardless of whether or not the black guy has said anything about black women. Even if he doesn't talk shit about black women, they'll still talk shit about him. Because it's not got anything to do with you and how you deliver things in terms of whether or not they're going to respond. They just, if they don't like some shit, they don't like it. And I'm pretty sure my theory about her is correct. Look at her. She put in her hands over her head and whatever. I told you, man. This is the tragic black woman right here. In an alternative universe, she wouldn't have to be up here dealing with this shit. But this is the community she was born into. And so she got to deal with that shit. And she definitely got some problems herself, most likely. But you see, I'm going to hazard a guess that that's because it's a byproduct of the fact she grew up in this Negro community. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. You guys have your assignment. Come back to me with some fucking receipts or don't come back at all. I'm out. Peace.